MLB Network is your exclusive home for postseason baseball. It's Game 4 of the National League Division Series between the San Francisco Giants and the Pittsburgh Pirates. Hi again, everybody. Matt Vasgersian welcoming you to our exclusive postseason coverage on MLB Network. With me is Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac. And Dan, lots of storylines here as we approach the start of Game 4.
Well, because this is a 5-game series, this is an elimination game. I think that any time a team's season is on the line, they have to play like it. I think they'll be really aggressive and try to force the other team into some mistakes. If they play well, all of a sudden this series is all tied up and we'll have a Game 5 to look forward to.
The postseason is officially in full swing. Lineups and first pitch coming up next. Vern Law will be on the mound for Game 4. What's your take on him, Dan?
Well, he's going to be fun to watch. He almost always is. He's proven to be one of the more dominant arms in all of baseball, and you can bet this opposing lineup is not too excited about having to face him. More often than not, he shuts teams down, so that's kind of what I expect from him in this one.
Number 21.
First offering on its way. And a strike called at the knees, 0-1.
First pitch, 7-0-6.
The windup and the 0-1. Here's one that misses high. It's 1-1. Now the pitch. A bouncer to the left side. And there's one gone to start the ninth.
Batting second, the right fielder.
Now to the plate, Mel Ott, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. The pitch. We could be in for a cold one tonight. 52 degrees at game time, but should see the 40s before we're through. Set to deliver the 0-1. That's lifted the other way out to left. Giles will drift over to his right a few steps as he takes it for the second out.
Batting third, the left fielder.
Stepping up now, Barry Bonds. He'll get to take his first cuts here. Now the pitch. High fly ball out to straightaway center. McCutchen is underneath this one, and he will make the catch, so that'll do it. Giants down in order. Now the Pirates will get their first opportunity. No score. Jason Schmidt is on the mound, and he'll look to wrap up this division series. Dan, any thoughts?
Hey, every team needs a pitcher like this one here. His numbers aren't going to blow you away. Career ERA just under 4. But one thing he does, he takes the ball every 5 days, throws strikes, and gives his team a chance to win every single time he goes out there. He'll be fun to watch in this one here today.
The center fielder, Andrew McCutchen.
First pitch coming. Here it is. And that's cut on and missed. 0-1. 1-1 count to the Pirates leadoff hitter. Pitch on the way. 1-2 as the changeup had him out in front there. And a good bite to that slider as he swings through it for the first out of the inning.
It's always nice to keep a guy that has good wheels off base, and that's just what they did right there. Big strikeout, keep that guy off the base path.
Into the box now, Arky Vaughan. As he takes a cold strike at the knees, it's 0-1. Vaughan is one of the few true superstar hitters in the game. You're no doubt aware of it, but it doesn't matter who he's facing. He's a major league threat to hit the ball hard somewhere just about every time he steps into the box.
Yeah, one of the best hitters and truly blessed by the gods, but I don't think people realize the amount of time that this guy has put into honing his craft to become one of the great hitters in our sport.
And the pitch misses low and away for ball 2. Called strike 2.
A good fastball above the belt is normally a pitch that batters love to take a rip at, but that one froze it.
Looking for back-to-back Ks to start the game. Strike 3 called. Back-to-back strikeouts here to open the home first, 2 away. And with 2 gone, let's take a look at our playoff bracket. And with this, of course, being a potential elimination game, will we punch a ticket tonight for that coveted spot in the NLCS? First pitch on its way.
Going to be a long day if he executes like this, punching tickets right out of the gate.
Into the corner and slicing foul.
When the guy on the mound has complete command of his off speed, especially his changeup, sometimes as a hitter you just have to give up pull side to stay on it.
And the throw to first will indeed get him. It's a strikeout, score at 2-3, and the inning is over. Down in order go the Pirates. We are still scoreless. Now the Giants' number 4 batter, Willie Mays. He'll get us started in the top of the second.
Number 24.
First pitch of the at-bat. Swing and a ground ball to third. Throw to first will be in time, and there's 1 gone here to start the second.
That is fair. The first baseman, number 44, Willie McCovey.
Now at the plate, Willie McCovey. Here comes the first pitch. A little tardy there. No balls and a strike.
You know, on a cold night like this, I think you're going to see him continue to elevate pitches and let these guys just fly out to the warning track.
1 ball and 1 strike to the Giants' first baseman. The 1-1 home. There's a swing and a high deep drive headed for the right field corner. And that nearly broke our scoreless tie. Instead, it's a foul ball. High and deep to right. Going back is Parker. On the warning track, he makes the catch. Striding in, Matt Williams. He'll work on keeping this top of the second alive. He's ready. Here's the first offering.
Hey, not a good spot to be, down 2-0. This guy has some serious pop at the plate. I'm expecting a big hack here.
And the pitch. It's a high fly ball headed for the left field corner. If it stays fair, it's gone. Definitely had the distance, but it winds up a foul ball. Hit in the air out to center field. McCutcheon will get there, and he puts it away to retire the side. Giants are down 1-2-3. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Bottom of the inning now, and that'll bring up the outfielder, Brian Giles.
The left fielder, Brian Giles.
First pitch coming. Here it is.
They love the confidence in that pitch right there, going right after one of the better hitters on this team, not afraid to execute.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Strike swinging, timing a little off on that one.
Unless you're willing to sell out and try and take one part of the field out of play and just work the ball up the middle the other way, it's extremely difficult when a guy's throwing this hard to stay back on a breaking ball. You either commit and be all in on a fastball or try and find a way to work the ball the other way to keep you back on the off speed.
Batting fifth, the third baseman, Bobby Bonilla.
First pitch on its way. Schmidt has both great strikeout stuff and exceptional command on the mound to go with it. A rare combination, but one that makes him one of the best in our sport.
Matty V, you talked about it. He doesn't walk a whole lot of guys. Well, if you don't walk a lot of guys, that means you have to throw the ball in the strike zone. And when you do, with great stuff like this guy has, he racks up the strikeouts. There aren't a lot of guys that get strikeouts by throwing the ball in the strike zone. This is one of the few that does it.
Back up the middle, and that is through into center field for a one-out single.
Nice execution right there, Dan. Kept his front shoulder in, kept his hands inside the baseball, and ripped the base hit up the middle.
If you're a pitcher right there, you can't get discouraged. Sometimes even when you make a good pitch, the ball is going to find a hole somewhere. That one right up the middle.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball. Fouled away.
Well, somebody's sitting off speed right here. Only way he was late on that heater is he was expecting another changeup.
A ball and 2 strikes. Well, as demonstrated there, that's a tough pitch to do anything with.
Yeah, good luck. But hey, a high fastball all of a sudden becomes really dangerous for a pitcher if it's not spotted above the zone. A little height difference makes all the difference.
Oh, and this is swung on and missed. 4 strikeouts already, and that's out number 2. Good job of making him chase a pitch for the strikeout there.
Yeah, Matt, that's the advantage of getting ahead in the count. You can really force hitters to expand their zone and protect. And when they're in that mode, getting them to go after a pitch they can't do much with becomes a lot easier.
Here's Neil Walker. As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. He takes his first cuts in this one with a man at first and 2 away. Here comes the 0-1. A ball and a strike. Walker lays off there. It's 2 balls and a strike. Bonilla is off at first with 2 away. All even now, 2-2. And he fouls this one off. Popped straight up. Schmidt has a play, and that's the 3rd out. 1 hit, 1 left. We played 2 full, and we are tied 0-0. So striding forward now, Darrell Evans. He's the number 7 hitter, but he's leading off the 3rd after the first 6 guys in the lineup have been retired in order.
Yeah, it's been a great start to the guy on the mound. It'll be interesting to see if they can find a way to get to this guy before he really settles in.
Now the pitch. And he lays off here, but it's a cold strike 1. And he lays off for ball 1. Now a curveball misses inside.
That hook stayed up in the zone. You can see he struggled with that curveball early. He's trying to find that release point with his off-speed pitches. Love to see if he can find the feel for that thing moving forward.
And he missed again, high and away this time. 3-1.
3-ball count right now. This looks like the best chance of getting a base runner on so far.
The 3-1 pitch. A swing and a miss, and that'll fill the count at 3-2. Hit down the line at first, but this will get foul, so they'll do it again. 3-2. Payoff pitch one more time. Count still full, 3-2. And he'll get to see another one. It'll be the 10th pitch of this at-bat. Another full count pitch home. Swung on, but fouled off to the left.
Hey, 5 foul balls in a row. Loving the battle in the box right here, making the pitcher work.
Sharp ground ball to third. Oh, he makes the stop. Hats off to that one.
Great reactions on that one, and a good job to get down on the ground in time to smother it. Still had to get up and make a throw, and of course, he did that too.
And that'll bring up Buster Posey. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Third inning, no score to this point. And he misses with it, 1-1. Rolled slowly down the third baseline, but a foul ball, 1-2 now.
Looked like he was cheating a heater right there. A little bit too far out in front. Got to find a way to keep his hands back.
A quick glove at third, and there were 2 gone.
Batting up, the pitcher, Jason.
Next to hit will be the pitcher, Jason Schmidt. Here's the first pitch to him. And a ball, 1-0. And he falls behind now, 2-0.
can't fall behind against the pitcher. Need to minimize pitch count against the easy outs, and this is certainly one of them.
From the windup, the 2-0 pitch. That's popped up. Walker into shallow center, and that's the first hit in this one for the Giants.
Boy, D, you talking about frustrating as a pitcher. You have the pitcher up with 2 outs, and he extends the inning there with a base hit.
Yeah, it's funny. I've hit 8th in my career, and the grind was to try and get the pitcher up so you could waste that out and flip the lineup over. This guy took it into his own hands and did just that. By getting a knock, now we could have some issues here.
Standing in now, Jeff Kent. Ball 1 to start the at-bat. Two out with the man at first. Looked like a slider perhaps, but it missed badly, and it's 2-0.
Now this is the kind of count this guy feeds on at the plate. You can bet he's geared to hit the fastball right here.
2-0 count, the pitch.
Hey, you get 2-0, your eyes light up, but you're sitting in one spot, and he obviously didn't get it right there. But he still finds himself in a 2-1 count, ready to do some damage.
Hit in the air to left. Left fielder is on the move. He's got it. A great running play, and that'll retire the side. Giants leave 1. Home half of the 3rd coming up. No score.
Leading up for the Pirates, the catcher, Jason Kendall.
Here comes the first pitch. Fastball taken, but that gets the zone for a strike. This is swung on and lifted down the left field line, but it'll get back into the crowd as he jumps ahead of him now. 0-2. And this is swung on and missed. 5 quick strikeouts now, and that's your first out of the inning. Didn't mess around much in that at-bat, Dan.
No, that was pretty impressive, Matt. I really like a pitcher that trusts and works off his fastball. Right there, he decided he didn't need to use anything else. 3 straight heaters and go grab some bench.
In now, Vern Law, as he'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory. Better of him now. It's strike 2. Swing, and he pops him up. Looks to be playable in foul ground. McCovey is over now, and he's got it for route number 2.
Now batting, center fielder.
Up next for the Buccos, Andrew McCutchen was a strikeout victim in his first try. Now here it comes. And this pitch is taken on the inner half for strike 1.
A pretty aggressive pitch right there up in the zone. Surprised he didn't offer at it.
In there, and he's in control. 0-2 now.
Yeah, if he's going to pound the zone with this stuff all game, the offense better step up. Somebody's going to have to pull a trigger a little bit earlier in the count.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And he'll try to get him to chase the fastball there, but he lays off. 1-2. And they'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2. Now here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. 1-2-3 go the Pirates. We'll head to the 4th, still scoreless. Digging in to try it again. Mel Ott. He flew out in his last at-bat. First pitch on its way. Still all zeros in the run column here in the fourth inning. Dan, does this continue or does somebody score here?
I think this continues for a while, Matt. Both of these pitchers are throwing very well, throwing strikes, having good command of their off-speed pitches. This is going to be one of those low-scoring affairs.
Can't get around quick enough, and that'll move the count to 1-1. The pitch. And I believe they'll say he broke the plane, as yes, he did. It's ruled a strike. And he goes the other way as this is hit high and deep out to straightaway left. And he's going to make the catch. And he paid a big price for it, too, as he crashes headlong into the wall. That was a tough play, so let's take another look at it with Showtrack. Seemed to get a solid read off the bat, took a good angle at it, and he covered over 100 feet to make the grab. And I'm sure he'll be getting some high fives for that one. Digging in for his second at-bat, Barry Bonds. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Line towards center field. McCutcheon is there. 2 gone.
Now batting, number 24.
Digging in, Willie Mays. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out. First offering on its way. And that swung on and missed for strike 1. And that's into the corner, a foul ball and right. Mays, a former New York Met, he signed as a free agent with this organization earlier in the season.
Yeah, he didn't have an opportunity to really get acclimated to this ball club. Showing up during the season is not always easy, opening the doors to a big league clubhouse and trying to get to know your teammates. The best way to get to know them is to go out and produce.
Takes this the other way to right. And that's a fair ball heading out toward the 320 sign in right. And that is where the wheels pay off as he's able to make it into second with a hustle double.
Yeah, this one was starting to look like it was going to be one of those 1, 2, 3 easy innings. But now all of a sudden, they have the go-ahead run standing out there at second base after the 2-out double. Big moment here.
At the plate, Willie McCovey. Grounder hit hard down the first baseline. And a sliding attempt at first, but this sneaks by him, a base hit. And the run will score as the Giants stake themselves to an early 1-0 lead.
What a frustrating inning from a pitcher standpoint, D-Roy. You get the first 2 out of the inning. The next guy doubles, and then you give up a 2-out base hit to drive in a run.
Yeah, you want to talk about on the complete flip side, firing up an offense. You see your 2 boys go down, 2 quick outs. You mix in a gapper right there. Double finds himself on second base, and he's able to come through. Next guy's able to come through with a big 2-out knock.
He's 0 for 1 thus far. 2-0 now.
If you've been paying attention, the guy on the mound does not want to come inside. If I'm at the plate, I'm leaning out over.
2-0 count and the pitch.
If I'm in the box right now, I'm coming unglued. He is going to throw something over the heart of the plate.
Three balls and a strike to count to the Giants shortstop.
Got to believe he had the green light in that situation. 2 outs, 3-0 count. This guy can certainly handle the bat. That's a perfect situation to let him loose. But I love the fact that he's keyholed in a certain area, and it wasn't what he was looking for.
Three-two pitch. And another foul ball. A runner on first with 2 away. Line to the right side. A leap, but he can't bring it down. Base hit. So now they'll have runners on the corners with 2 away.
Nice approach by the batter right there. When you know your boy is moving, you start seeing stuff happening out of your peripheral vision. Wait for him to lock in, stay within his at-bat, not swing at something outside the zone, and now put it first and third.
Stepping in now, Darrell Evans, and he puts it on the ground to second. And that'll get by into center field for a base hit. And the run is in to score from third.
The catcher, number 20.
And time will be called here as the pitching coach heads out to the mound and hopefully try and settle this guy down a bit. Here's Buster Posey now. He'll swing and lift the ball foul off to the left and out of play. Hit it hard but lined out in his first at-bat. And he lays off here. It's a ball and a strike to the Giant backstop. Two balls and a strike.
Great chance right here as a hitter to be really aggressive. With two guys already on, pretty good shot. He's going to get a challenge pitch right here.
2 runs, 5 hits, and no errors on the Giant ledger to this point. High fly ball out to straightaway center. And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends the inning. So it's 2 runs on 4 base hits. No errors and a couple of men left on. To the bottom of inning number 4 we go. The Giants lead it 2-0. Ready to go in the bottom of the 4th. And that'll bring forth the slugging shortstop, Arky Vaughn.
Things not looking very good so far in this one, but we're still in the middle innings. They're down by a couple of runs, and this would be the right place and the right time to get something going. The last thing they want to do is to try to come from behind and win this one in the 8th or 9th inning.
And there's ball 1. This is hit the other way out toward left field. Bonds arranged to his left as he tracks this one down in left center for the first out. So striding in, Willie Stargell. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Yeah, and he didn't put up much of a fight either, Matty. Got to find a way. Can't go down 3 pitches. I don't care if you're staring at him or swinging at him. You have to find a way to make this pitcher work a little bit harder.
That's a good take on a fastball out of the zone. Hey, I get it. He's looking for a ball to drive, but that ball was a little bit too far up in the zone. That's one you normally pop right up.
No runs, just 1 hit, and no errors so far for the Pirates. Outside, 3-0 now.
I'd be shocked if this wasn't a 4-pitch walk right here. He doesn't want to mess around and leave something over the heart of the plate and get beat in this situation.
There's ball 4.
This is only their second base runner of the game after that earlier hit. Tough to score when you don't have anyone on base, so we'll see if they can get something going here.
Stepping into the box, Brian Giles. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Swinging strike, and now it's 0-2.
Might have to change your game plan in the box right here. If he's going to pound away, might have to work the opposite field.
Fastball well outside. And you can tell he wanted to hold off, but he swings through the inside pitch anyway, and he becomes out number 2.
Boy, he's got great stuff today, doesn't he? That's 7 punch-outs now here in the middle innings. He's up over 1 an inning up to this point. It'll be interesting to see if this lineup can change their plan of attack and start to put the ball in play. But right now, that's just not happening.
To the plate now, Bobby Bonilla. Line drive snagged on a short hop. Throw to second for the force out, and the side is retired. One left for Pittsburgh. They trail things here 2-0. So here now's the pitcher, Jason Schmidt. He reached on a single in his first try.
Yeah, he showed like a little prowess with the bat right there, Dan. I'd be surprised if they don't attack him a little bit more carefully this AB.
0-1 the count. Pitch on the way. And here's a curveball in the dirt that time for a ball. 1-1. And this ball runs away for ball 2. 2-1. Here it comes. Can't connect there. It's 2-2. Hit down the third baseline. But this is going to be a foul ball as that keeps things at 2-2. Now the pitch. Fouled off. Another try at 2-2.
You can certainly tell at-bats like this one frustrate the heck out of a pitcher. But you got to find a way to stay composed and execute your plan.
Hit softly on the ground to first. And he'll take it to the bag himself for the out.
Now back.
Striding into the box, Jeff Kent. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Checks his swing, but this will be strike 2 call.
His command has been outstanding so far, hitting nearly all of his spots, and that's been a big factor why he's been so successful up to this point.
Hit high and deep to right center. Giving chase is Parker. He gets there, and that's the second out.
The right fielder, number 4.
Now in the box, Mel Ott. No hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in the ballgame. Here comes the first pitch. And it's fouled away.
Hey, this is a huge at-bat right here. This pitcher wants to end this inning and have 3, 4, 5 due up to start the next inning.
2 out, nobody on. This is on the ground over to first. And the off-balance throw gets him as he takes away a hit, and the side is retired. Giants down in order, but they hold a 2-0 lead. And welcome back to Pittsburgh as we check in on the field with Heidi.
Well, Matt, I talked with Pittsburgh's manager during the inning break about the Pirates' offensive production to this point. And he told me he's pretty unhappy with their discipline at the plate in this one. He said their pitch selection has been the main reason for their struggles today, as far too often they've been swinging at pitches outside the strike zone. That's leading to a lot of soft contact and easy outs. So the focus going forward is on shrinking the zone and forcing the opposing pitching to throw more strikes.
Leading up.
All right, thanks, Heidi.
The right fielder, Parker.
First delivery to him on the way. Behind 0-2 now. Trying to send him packing for the second time.
If I'm in the box, you take a step out right here. Take a deep breath after that high fastball. You got to be leery of him burying something in the dirt.
And that misses 2-2.
He started this guy backwards, couple of off-speed pitches early, followed by back-to-back heaters. He can go either way he wants to go right now.
And he struck him out. Strikeout number 8 now in the ballgame for him.
Now batting.
So one away here with the bases empty. And that'll bring in the Pittsburgh area native, the left-handed bat of Neil Walker. First pitch coming. Here it is. High that time with the slider, taken for a ball. That's wide, 2-0.
Hey, always a good idea to take a couple of pitches when you're facing a young arm like this one. And now he's put himself in a real good hitter's count.
Three and 0 now.
Well, I'll tell you, from where I'm sitting, it looks like he's starting to rush his delivery out there. But someone needs to remind him to stay back and let his arm get out front.
Smoked on the ground up the middle. And that finds its way into center for a one-out base hit.
Yeah, man, he's locked in and pretty dominant since the first. So as long as he can get back in that groove with the next batter, he's not going to worry too much about it.
So a runner on first with one out now, and the dependable Jason Kendall stands in. Comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Oh, 0-1 count, and the pitch. Strike 2 taken, a fastball that clips the inside black. And Ben, that's a pretty good example of why he's such a great pitcher.
Yeah, stuff. Stuff is obviously the important key to being dominant on the mound, but it doesn't mean a whole lot if you don't have outstanding control to go along with it. But he does, and he really spotted that pitch.
One down. Grounded weakly down the line toward third. But this is a foul ball as the count holds steady at 1-2. Grounded back up the middle. He's got it. There's one. Relay to first in time, and just like that, this side is retired. No runs on a hit, no errors, and no one left. We're through 5 here at the ballpark. It's the Giants 2 and the Pirates nothing. Now at the plate, Barry Bonds.
The left fielder, Barry Bonds.
First offering on its way. Grounded to the right. Throw to first gets him, so the leadoff man's retired here to begin the 6th.
Now batting.
Ready once again, Willie Mays. A hit and 2 at-bats for him at this point in the ballgame. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Here's a cold strike about thigh high. 0-1. In there, and he's ahead 0-2 now.
That's a pitch he'd like to have back. You're not going to see very many pitches like that from a pitcher of this quality. I'm sure he'd like to have that one back to take a swing at it.
One out, nobody on. Hit on the ground down the first baseline, and he'll take it to the bag himself for the out.
The first baseman, number 44.
Digging in and looking for more, Willie McCovey. He's singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far. First pitch coming. Here it is.
That's a ball. Count 1-0.
The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Now a good pitch around the knees, but it doesn't quite catch the bottom of the zone.
Well, this is a spot you'd like to be in. 2-0, good hitter. He's going to turn it loose right here.
Outside, 3-0 now.
Now with the bases empty, I think he needs to be careful not to just groove one here just because it's 3-0. He's a guy that could ambush you and lose one over the wall.
That's in there. 3-1. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. Left fielder is on the move. He gets there to make the play, and that ends the inning. Giants are down 1-2-3 as they're unable to add to their 2-0 lead. Bill Mazeroski is going to come off the bench as he'll be asked to lead off the bottom of inning number 6. Hard hit ball to short. Fielded cleanly. And an off-balance throw is in time as he takes one away. Wow. Stepping into the box, Andrew McCutchen. He struck out swinging in his last trip to the plate. He's ready. Here's the first offering. And that's inside for a ball. 1-0.
Hey, this is a real pesky hitter right here. As a pitcher, you really like to keep this guy off the bases. This is a guy that kind of sets the tables for big innings.
A 2-0 count to the Bucs center fielder.
Couple strikeouts early in the game, but he's done a much better job in this at-bat trying to get ahead and put himself in a good hitter's count.
Late swing on the hitter's count. Still a good count for him now, however, at 2-1.
Hey, last 2 pitches back-to-back off speed, then he's late on the fastball. He could pretty much do anything he wants right here on the mound.
3-1 to him now. Hitters count all the way. Here it comes. Good breaking ball there. Laid off for the second strike. Line toward the gap in left center. And this is into the alley and ought to be good for extra bases. This will kick up against the wall now. And he's in there easily at second with a 1-out double.
When you're struggling as a team to put the ball in play, every base hit is welcome, but a double will really help wake everyone up. That's just their 3rd hit of the game, but it's a good one.
Into the box now, Arky Vaughn, as the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball. 1-0. 0 for 2 for him to this point. A 1-0 delivery.
Well, they've really had an answer for keeping him in check in this series. He's offered very little resistance with the bat in his hand so far.
1 out and a runner on second base. Can't keep the weight back, and he falls behind 1-2. Popped up. Evans moving to his left, and he brings it in for the second out of the inning. So a runner at second, 2 down now, and in strides the familiar waddle of Pops, Willie Stargell. First delivery to him on the way. Off the plate and away there, 1 ball, no strikes. That's inside. 2-0.
Wow, that's what a veteran hitter will do, right? Takes 2 really good pitches, both just missing the strike zone, and puts himself into a good 2-0 hitter's count.
And they get him off balance there as he reaches for that one but can't find it. It's 2-1.
That's been a great pitch for him all night. Able to push and pull the throttle a little bit.
Swing, high drive, deep down the left field line. This ball is slicing, and this will hop over the wall, but the run will score.
And this thing bounces over the wall, but I don't think it would have mattered if it stayed in the ballpark. Either way, the runner was going to score, and he was going to wind up at second. He drove that ball really nicely.
Into the box, Brian Giles, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. The 1-0. That one's down around the knees, taken for a strike. And here's a fastball, not close, as he runs it to 2-1 now.
Man, this guy's had their number all game long. Up, down, in and out. He's pitching very well.
Here's the 2-1. Changeup, called a strike, and he comes back even at 2-2.
Great job on those last two pitches of varying speeds. Gave him a hard fastball, and then he locked him up with a changeup.
Late on that one as it's fouled off to the left side.
I think for every player, for every former player, that swing right there is the reason we need to extend the netting without question. Want the fans to be safe.
Full count, 3-2. Seventh pitch of the at-bat coming up. High in the air out to center field. Mays is going to have room out there as he puts this away to retire the side. Some more of the colorful characters here at the ballpark tonight. Back with more of Game 4 on MLB Network right after this. Rick Rhodes is on to pitch from the bullpen now to start inning number 7.
Number 29, Rick Rhodes.
Into the box, Matt Williams. It was a single for him in his last at-bat.
Matt Williams.
First pitch of the at-bat. Action now in that Pirate bullpen as a left-hander starts to heat up down there. He's ready. Here's the 0-1. Little tardy on that swing as it's well wide of first. Here's a little chopper up the middle. Knee high. He barehands it. It's in time. And that's a huge play to keep the leadoff man off base.
Now batting.
Settling in now, Darrell Evans. He came through with an RBI single in his last at-bat. First delivery to him on the way. Bottom part of the zone, and the slider is in there for a called strike.
He'll be fine coming out of the bullpen in this one if he can keep the ball around the knees like that.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Tries to shave the corner with that pitch, but it's 1-1. This is on the ground over to first, and he'll take it to the bag himself for the out. Into the box now, Buster Posey. No hits to this point. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1. The count to Posey.
Hey, down in the count 0-2, I'd like to see a little choke and poke right here. Maybe work it up the middle or opposite field with 2 strikes.
Lays off that time, and it's 1-2.
You know, there aren't many guys that could just spit on an 0-2 pitch like that. Maybe it fooled him. We won't ever know, but it worked out.
2 balls and 2 strikes to the Giants catcher.
Well, all of the umpires in the seats thought that was strike 3, and they weren't far off, but I think that was a good call. Looked to be just a bit outside.
The 2-2. Good swing on a tough pitch, and he'll stick around to see another one. We're in the 7th inning now of a pitcher's duel. 2-1 our score. 2-2 pitch is fouled away. Ball 3. 3-2 now.
Hey, this guy's a hard guy to put away. He's fouling off some tough pitches. 2-2 count, and he just seems to keep hanging right in there.
And Buster will take ball 4. And down to first heads Posey.
Well, when you go with a slider there in a full count, you're hoping that the hitter is thinking fastball and swings through it. Didn't work out that way, though. He lays off and gets the free pass.
Next to bat for the Giants, Jason Schmidt. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. First pitch on its way. And this is just off the outside corner for a ball, 1-0. And he watches one miss outside, 2-0 now.
My bet is he's getting the take sign now on 2-0. If he's having a hard time throwing strikes to the pitcher, you might as well let him work himself into trouble.
From the belt, kicks and deals. 2 balls and a strike. Ground ball sent back up the middle. Walker ranging to his right. And as it turns out, the 2-out walk doesn't come around to haunt him as that ends the inning. 1 left for San Francisco as they're unable to add to their 2-1 lead. Digging in, the switch hitter, Bobby Bonilla, will try and get something started in the home half of the 7th. First pitch of the at-bat. Went about halfway there, but it's a called strike regardless. A couple of righties starting to loosen now in the bullpen. Fly ball right down the line in left. And that will end up a foul ball. A windup and the 0-2 pitch. Hard hit ball to second. Reined in. And that's the first out. And that brings in the Cobra, Dave Parker. And he's likely just trying to put one in play here. 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts thus far. And the pitch. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. Bases are empty, 1 man out. This one's outside, quite a bit off the plate that time. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Left fielder is on the move. And he can't get to it as it bounces over the wall for a ground rule double, and the tying run will be in scoring position. Now here's the Giants skipper making his way out toward the mound, and he's going to motion for his bullpen here. That'll do it for the starter tonight. So as he departs, he can't lose this ball game, but he is responsible for the runner at second, meaning it'd be a no decision if that run comes across to score. Hammock takes the call from the pen as he'll try to get the final 2 outs of this 7th frame. Plate now, Neil Walker, as he'll look at a fastball too high for ball 1.
You like the modern style of baseball? Here it is. Both starters kept their teams in the game. It's close right now. Now we hand it over to the nasty bullpens. Let's see what matchups are going to take place.
The 1-0 home. Now here's one hit in the air to the right side. Kent backs up and takes care of it. 2 away. Coming to the plate now, Jason Kendall, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. Trying to hold the lead. Here's the delivery. Liner toward right center. Ott is there to make the catch, and they'll get out of this with the lead intact. Fine work out of the San Francisco bullpen. We'll look ahead to inning number 8 now. It's the Giants 2 and the Pirates 1. Denny Nagel has been summoned from the bullpen as he'll do so to start the 8th. New inning set to get underway, and set to go is the second baseman, Jeff Kent. He's ready. Here's the first offering. The 1-0. Hit to first. And he'll take it to the bag himself for the out. So in now for San Francisco, Mel Ott. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Swing and a miss here, and he's behind in the count now, 0-2. Now it looks like a right-hander's up and throwing in the Pittsburgh bullpen. A bouncer to the left side. Throw gets him, 2 down. Digging in once again, Barry Bonds. First pitch coming. Here it is. Upper part of the zone there, but taken for a strike. Swing hard, liner to left center. A leaping try, but it's out of his reach and into the outfield.
Hey, just a nice piece of hitting right there. He's able to keep his hands inside that ball, stay square as long as possible, and feed it into the opposite field for a base hit.
Standing in now, Willie Mays. He grounds it sharply to third. He'll go the short way to Walker at second for the force, and that ends the inning. So no runs on a hit here, no errors, 1 man left on. Not too many more shots left. Home half of the 8th coming up. It's the Giants 2 and the Pirates 1. Roberto Clemente will pinch hit here, and he's the potential tying run.
Roberto Clemente.
Slaps that one away, and the count will be 0-1. The windup and the 0-1. Hot shot to third and handled for the first out.
The batter, the center fielder, Andrew.
Rod Beck answers the call now, looking to get this one onto the 9th inning without any trouble.
Now pitching for San Francisco, number 47, Rod Beck.
So the batting order turns over now, and set to go Andrew McCutchen. He came across to score after doubling in his last at-bat.
And he's got to build off that last AB. He battled. Usually when you battle, you get in that swing mode. A lot of pitches, you'll swing at the rosin bag. I love the fact that he was able to work a double in last at bat. Let's see if we get more of the same right here.
Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. 1-0 home. Is a ball down and away. Beck, a California-born ball player. This is his first year at the big league level. Two and one after the foul ball there. A slider that time that runs away. It's 3-1 now.
Every base runner in a close game like this really matters, so you can't afford to be giving out free passes this late.
Grounded down the third baseline. Oh, way to get dirty. It's there, and he's out. Digging in, Archie Vaughn. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. That swung on and missed. We're even at 1-1. One and two now as that one's fouled off. Here's the pitch. And that's high for a ball. It's 2-2. Our pitcher's duel continues here. 2-1 score as we play the 8th. Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue. The 2-2 one more time. Locks him up for strike 3. Down in order go the Pirates. They're down 2-1. Tony Watson enters from the pen to start the 9th inning as he'll try to keep the score right where it is heading to the bottom of the 9th. Leading off the inning, Willie McCovey, as they'll look for some added insurance before the bottom half of the inning.
Willie McCovey.
First pitch of the at-bat. 9th inning underway now as the first pitch is taken for a called strike.
Hey, great job pounding the zone. Strike 1. When you got a great hitter in the box, gotta get ahead. Count leverage is a must.
Comes set with the 0-1. Waved at and missed, and he's behind 0-2. Action in the bullpen now as a right-hander begins to throw out there. The 0-2 pitch. Still no balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2 once more. A little bit off the outside. It's 1-2.
Great arm action on that 2-strike changeup right there, but even better job at the plate to take that one.
2-2 to stretch Willie McCovey.
Hey, expect a challenge right here. Does not want to run the count full.
Here now the 2-2. Hit on the ground to third. He's got it. Throw on to first for the out, and that is how the 9th inning gets underway. Into the box now, Matt Williams. He was retired via the ground ball last time up. First pitch on its way. And he lays off there 1-0. 2-0 now. Change-up, but it misses just a little below the zone. Darrell Evans waits on deck. Here it is, the 3-0 is in there for strike one. Changed up on him and dropped it in for a called strike. The 3-2 pitch is swung on and missed. He got him.
Not too often you see an at-bat go from 3-0 to a strikeout, so that's a pretty good job on the mound right there. Kind of nice that he got a free strike on the 3-0 take, but he still had to put it in the zone.
Stepping in now, Darrell Evans, as he'll try to hold back on the swing, but he went around for the first strike. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. 0-1 pitch on its way. One-run game here in the top of the 9th. Too much dip on the sinker, laid off for a ball.
That's where he wants that sinker to end up, but that was a nice job of laying off.
Swings through it for strike number 2.
Hey, I'd like to see a little bit more discipline in that. You get a count in your favor and he's swinging a pitch that bad? Not good.
Struck him out, so it remains a 1-run lead as they head in for their final set of swings. Giants down in order. They lead it 2-1. Now the skipper's on his way out toward the home plate area, and I believe that means we're going to have a double switch here. Number 31 is ready, and he'll take the ball from the manager.
Now pitching and batting in the 6th spot, number 31.
Digging in, Willie Stargell. He'll be the first to bat here in the inning with his guys in need of some. Here's the first pitch. Fastball just misses. That's ball 1. Fouled away. And it's 1-2. Swing and a miss, and that'll get a groan from the home supporters here. 1 away.
When your closer comes in and strikes out the first guy he faces, everyone on the team can kind of take a deep breath. Still have 2 more outs to get, but retiring that leadoff guy is always huge when you're trying to shut a game down.
Here's the first pitch. Brian Giles comes on with 1 gone here as he looks at a called strike 1. The 0-1. All over that one, but a little out in front. Foul ball. Inside as he might be trying to set him up here 1-2. Try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2. And he holds off on the breaking ball, so the count runs full.
Boy, he went from being in the driver's seat to now being in some trouble. Had the count 0-2, started nipping at the corners, and the next thing you know, this count stands at 3-2.
Hard liner to center field. And that'll make him 1 for 4 in this one.
I know this guy isn't known for his hitting prowess, but that's a nice job right there. Getting a single on a 3-2 pitch in the middle of the zone, grab your glove and flash some line.
Now batting, Bobby Bonilla. He'll be looking for something he could drive into the gap and drive home that tying run from first. Quick check on that tying run at first. And a dive, but he's back in. Here's the first pitch. Line drive to left. Bonds is there, and there are 2 men gone now.
Now batting, right fielder, Dave Parker.
Digging in now, Dave Parker. And their season hangs in the balance here as they're down to their final out. Here's the first pitch. Watches a fastball right there for strike 1. Fans on their feet in a 1-run ball game in the last of the 9th. Behind 0-2 now. Pittsburgh down to their last strike. And he fouls this one off. That misses 1-2. Has them down to their final strike. Here it comes. He struck him out, and that'll do it as they've won this series, so they'll move on.
Well, my advice to them is to enjoy this moment, celebrate with teammates, and then realize that none of it will matter if they don't get back to work in the NLCS. They've wet their beaks with this postseason success. Now they want some more.
Well, we watched a really solid starting pitching performance, kept the opposition at bay, and as a result, he's our top player of the game.
Yeah, I thought he pitched really well. He wasn't necessarily dominant, but turned in a good, solid effort and definitely was a factor in the win here.
For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and our hard-working crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been the National League Division Series.
Our final line score tonight. First for the victorious Giants. 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors. They left 5 men on base. For the Pirates, 1 run on 6 hits, no errors. They left 6 men on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 41 minutes. Tonight's paid attendance at PNC Park, 38,362. The Pirates thank you for attending tonight's game. and remind you to please drive home safely.